On India Upfront today, I want to start with a question. When you are on the horns of a dilemma, when you're caught in a situation where either option is going to hurt you, what would most of you do? Most people would think, let's just stay quiet. Apparently, that is not the memo with the Congress and some other parties of I.N.D.I.A. Because when it comes to the Ram Mandir, their responses have been varied. We've heard various things over the last few days, from Sam Pitroda, who gets very perturbed and worried and angered at the idea of a Ram Mandir in a Hindu-majority India, to now where we have descended straight, headlong into fear-mongering and frivolity. Let's start with how, without the slightest bit of irony, today Congress leader BK Hariprasad said that the BJP is trying to replicate the Godhra incident in Karnataka. The same Godhra incident where car sevaks were killed in 2002. Mr. Hariprasad's worry is that the BJP is going to create a law and order situation again with the Godhra replica in Karnataka, and the Siddaramaiah government there needs to be vigilant and give security to all of those who are visiting Ayodhya. Yatindra Siddaramaiah, while seeking primacy of the constitution, warned against a Hindu Rashtra, which he feared would meet the same fate as our neighboring Pakistan and Afghanistan. And then, of course, there was Digvijay Singh, who today asked, why do you have a new Ram Lala? What happened to the original idol of Ram Lala that had been installed in the Ram temple in 1989?
We have seen how these people try to disturb the peace and, try to fish in the troubled waters. And since the Lok Sabha elections are very nearby, anything may happen. So they last time it was a Pulwama, what they did in Gujarat, what was Godhra, what they did in Kandahar, we have seen it. And they may say that Congress can't blame because of 84. 84 within a week, the things were under control.
ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶ ಏನಾದರೂ ಹಿಂದೂ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾದ ಅಪಾಯ ಈ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ನೆರೆ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗಳನ್ನೇ ನೋಡಿ, ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಅಫ್ಘಾನಿಸ್ತಾನ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಇರಾನ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಧರ್ಮದ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರನ ಅವರು ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ, ಧರ್ಮದ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ನಡೆಸೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಸರ್ವಾಧಿಕಾರಿತ್ವಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊರಡಬೇಕಾಯಿತು, ದೇಶ ವಿನಾಶ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಗೆ ಹೋಯಿತು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಜನರು ತಮ್ಮ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನು ಕಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಯಿತು.
नौजवानों मस्जिदों को आबाद रखो. हमारी मस्जिद हमने खो दी और वहां पर क्या किया जा रहा है आप देख रहे हैं. नौजवानों, क्या तुम्हारे दिलों में, हमारे दिलों में तकलीफ नहीं होती कि जिस जगह पर हमने 500 साल हय्याल सलाह और हय्याल फलाह की सदाएं दी, जहां पर हमने बैठकर कुरान करीम का जिक्र किया, आज वो जगह हमारे हाथ में नहीं है. अपनी मिली हमियत को, मिली अपनी ताकत को बरकरार रखिए. नौजवानों, मस्जिदों को आबाद रखो. कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि मस्जिदें हमसे छीन ली जाए.
जिस रामलला की लड़ाई पर, मूर्ति पर सारा झगड़ा हुआ, वो मूर्ति कहाँ है? वो मूर्ति स्थापित क्यों नहीं हुई? नई मूर्ति कहाँ से आ रही है? वो रामलला की मूर्ति जिस पर कि सारा झगड़ा हुआ, वो कहाँ है?
ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲೇ ರಾಮ ಇದೆ, ಸುನೀಲ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಹೆಸರಿನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ, ರಾಮ ಐತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಹೆಸರಿನಾಗ. ನಮಗೆ ರಾಮನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೌರವ ಇದೆ, ಶಿವನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೌರವ ಇದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಉತ್ತಮ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೌರವ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ಪೂಜಿಸ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ಭಕ್ತಿ ನಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಇವರು ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನಿನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಹೋದ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಪುಲ್ವಾಮಾ ಆಯಿತು, ತದನಂತರ ಬಾಲಾಕೋಟ್ ಇದು ಆಯಿತು. ಅದನ್ನು ಬಳಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇವತ್ತು ದಿವಸ ಚುನಾವಣೆ ಗೆಲ್ಲುವಂಥದ್ದಾಯಿತು. ಈಗ ಈ ಸಲ ರಾಮ ಮಂದಿರ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ರಾಮನ ಹೆಸರಿನಾಗ ಓಟ್ ಕೇಳೋರು ಇವರು. ರಾಜಕೀಯ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಾಕ್ತೀವಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡೋದು.
So some people are foreseeing Godhra, others see Ram in Siddaramaiah, and so it continued. Because why not? After all, it is open season. Whatever the inherent wisdom in these attacks might be, our politicians feel confident enough to continue to say whatever they want. Criticism and pushback be damned. The sensitivities of people who simply are waiting for a Ram temple, which a legal fight has given them after centuries, are now being told, you are bigots. You are perhaps going to create violence in the country. And it's this kind of politics that led the Prime Minister to ask today, when he was in Kerala, he didn't refer to any one person in particular, but he basically asked, does the opposition alliance, I.N.D.I.A, find hurting Hindus' faith an actual bonding factor?
इंडी गठबंधन हमारी आस्था पर चोट करता है। इन्होंने मंदिरों को, हमारे त्योहारों को भी लूट का माध्यम बना दिया है। त्रिशूलपुरम के साथ जिस प्रकार की राजनीति की जा रही है वो दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। सबरीमाला में भी जिस प्रकार की अव्यवस्था सामने आई है उससे भी श्रद्धालुओं को बहुत असुविधा आई है। ये यहां की राज्य सरकार की अक्षमता का प्रमाण है।
And which brings us to the question, why create fear ahead of a pious occasion? Why the fear mongering? Is this actually a way of guilting those people who are looking forward to the Ram temple, who are feeling happy about it? They are being told, well, you are almost creating a riot-like situation. You're going to replicate Godhra across India. And is this simply an open season to ridicule people of a faith? Joining us on the debate, Guru Prakash, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Sri Raj Nair, National Spokesperson of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, Rohan Mitra, and Lokesh Jindal, both political analysts, MC Abbas, also political analyst. Lokesh Jindal, at least, and if one was to really look for a silver lining, the silver lining is that after all of these years, at least a Congress leader is admitting that Godhra happened, that 59 car sevaks were burnt alive, including children and women, because of which the Gujarat violence started. So at least today, a recognition has happened that Godhra people were burnt alive.
It was an unfortunate incident, something that should not be repeated, and perhaps that's why there's a Congress leader that is raising apprehensions that there must be adequate security measures ensured by the central government. Now, what's the harm in that? If he is simply giving a lesson from the past history, and he's asking the government that all those who are commuting to Ayodhya must be given adequate protection, security measures must be taken.
BJP
it must be
will
ensured that
replicate
public...
Godhra. The Godhra train burning wasn't done by the BJP. Who did the Godhra train burning? Is Mr. Hariprasad actually suggesting that those same people who carried out the Godhra carnage are going to attack car sevaks again this time around? Is that his insinuation?
We are not to decide over here who was responsible for the Godhra incident, but we are over here to make sure that such a tragedy does not happen again. So the onus is on the central government to make sure that adequate security arrangements are made. You cannot keep the lives of the people as scapegoats to your political ambitions. We have to make sure that if such a large event is taking place, adequate arrangements are made and people's security are kept as the primary concern for the government and the administration rather than only marketing it.
Okay, actually,
so
I do not think the security of anyone was his concern. He said that like Balakot, a Godhra-like incident will be created by the BJP for votes. Is that what you're planning to do?
You please, no, absolutely not.
Is the BJP
fact,
planning to replicate the incidents of, or rather the carnage of 2002 in 2024?
Padmaja, I'm sorry. So I was patiently listening to my friend from the Congress party, and I also heard what Mr. BK Hariprasad just suggested. So he has joined the league or the same club as Mr. Owaisi. And thank you so much for playing out that video where Mr. Owaisi is clearly instigating the young Muslims तुम्हारी मस्जिदें शहीद हो जाएंगी, क्या तुम शांत बैठे रहोगे? But again, Mr. Owaisi unfortunately represents that similar tradition of violence, that tradition of structured attacks, which his brother Akbaruddin Owaisi has said कि 15 मिनट के लिए पुलिस को हटा दो, हम बता देंगे कौन मर्द है और क्या है. So Mr. Hariprasad, and it is very unfortunate day for us to see the Congress party, the oldest party of India, joining the same league, joining the same club of fear-mongering as Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi, as the AIMIM. Point number 2, Padmaja, we must understand one thing. It was year 2007. Kapil Sibal, senior leader of the Congress party, goes to the Supreme Court and says Ram is a figment of imagination. Bhagwan Ram kalpanik hai. And thank you so much, Padmaja, for bringing out the Godhra angle as well. It was because of the Godhra angle that the senior most leader of the Congress party terms the Honorable Prime Minister of India as मौत का सौदागर in public domain. सार्वजनिक रूप में आपने देश के प्रधानमंत्री को मौत का सौदागर बोला था. But if you had any faith, if you had any faith on the institution of this country, if you had any faith on the constitution of this country, the constitution appointment, the Supreme Court appointed SID has exonerated the Prime Minister of all the charges. And it is a reflection of your institutional, of your structured false propaganda over the years. But we need to understand, Padmaja, there will be no question. And like you pointed out, it is an open season. Only couple of days ago, we saw Rashtriya Janata Dal, Ram Mandir, Gulami, Manasikta ka pratik hai. Ram temple is a reflection of slavish mentality. What are you trying to indicate, sir? ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. कभी कोई डीएमके का नेता कहता है कि सनातन धर्म का समूल नाश कर देंगे, टोटल एनिहिलेशन ऑफ सनातन धर्म. कभी कोई आरजेडी का नेता कहता है राम मंदिर गुलाम मानसिकता का प्रतीक है. कभी स्वामी प्रसाद मौर्य कहते हैं.
This is an apprehension about a security situation that BJP may create. This mobilization, this hysteria, this can be weaponized, is the fear that Mr. Hariprasad was expressing.
No, Padmaja, we must understand that, and every single Hindu of this country, we are overjoyed and definitely we are excited. We are looking forward to it because this moment we are lucky. Our generation, Padmaja, including you and I, including my friend Lokesh Jindal, we are lucky to have witnessed this inauguration, this consecration of Shri Ram Janmabhoomi Teerth Kshetra Nyas. Sacrifices unimaginable. People have made the supreme sacrifices for this day, Padmaja. And our excitement is very legitimate. But to give it a different angle, to give it a different context, to give it a political dimension is where the problem lies.
What is it?
Congress party simply, Padmaja, cannot accept, cannot digest, cannot tolerate the fact that finally after 500 years of struggle, a civilizational renaissance is happening. And a Hindu resurgence is happening.
And then a Godhra angle is being brought in. MC Abbas wants to come in. Godhra angle, of all things.
Point to point. I shall answer my good friend Guru from the BJP point to point. You go about, here in Karnataka, there is a statewide protest for a car sevak called Shrikant Pujari. Sir, are you even aware of his charge sheet? There are 16 cases against him, including gambling, including attempt to murder, and also the demolition of Babri Masjid, which Supreme Court stated in its observation that it was indeed a criminal act. So you take out a protest for whom? An alleged criminal who's been absconding for several years? You don't do nothing about it. And now, when BK Hariprasad comes and talks of the best for the people who are willing to travel to Ayodhya, talks of their security, precautionary measures to be taken, no untoward incident takes place, you twist, you turn, and you churn. And respected sirs, tell me one simple question, answer me. Are you protesting for an innocent, holier-than-thou man? Or are you protesting to save an alleged criminal with 16 cases against him? Answer me, sir.
Okay, Sriraj and I respond, and also Guru Prakash, I'm coming to you after that. The context being given is that if a man who is accused of violence is getting support from BJP, then naturally there are fears. There are fears that the BJP could do something else like Godhra.
So this is such a big, foolish statement. Now here you showed the statement of Mr. Digvijay Singh, who was so, after the Mumbai, I live in Mumbai, we all saw Kasab killing people left, right and center with his AK-47, even though it was on camera, and he had the audacity with the likes of Mahesh Bhatt and the gangs to say that this is a handwork of the Sangh Parivar. Now Godhra, maybe here Mr. Jindal may not be the person to say who is right and who is wrong, but there are courts in this country. and our judiciary is known for its decisions. And there are people who are convicted for charring to death innocent 59 people, innocent 59 women and children. Now, electorally, defeats after defeats, it's unfortunate that these people don't learn a lesson. A donkey, if it goes and falls in a pit, it changes its way so that it does not fall again. There was a AK Antony Commission formed to analyze why they lost. They are losing elections after elections. And it is Mr. AK Antony on record said, it is only because of Muslim appeasement we are losing the election. And eventually Mr. AK Antony's son joined BJP. So these people are not learning. This election again in 24, they are going to bite the dust. It is really unfortunate. The nation is going to be deprived of a constructive opposition because all the so-called Muslim appeasing parties who are appeasing Muslims, they are going to be wiped out. Hindus have awakened.
No, so wait, are you saying the Godhra angle has been brought in because of appeasement? Where does appeasement come into it, Sriraj Nair? Are you saying the Godhra angle is being brought in because of appeasement?
Because they want to appease the Muslims. It is well known. The courts have convicted, and all those who were convicted for burning innocent women and children are Muslims, and they are still in jail.
Okay, Rohan Mitra, respond.
People say that Godhra was the handwork of some Hindus.
Okay,
this is
Padmaja,
such a sorry state. That is
let me
what I
finish.
said.
The man keeps talking and talking. Let me.
Okay, respond. We've come to this now. That Owaisi, that Mr. Owaisi and Mr. Hariprasad are sounding the same, says Guru Prakash.
No, yeah. I'm going to answer you. This. No, this is the first and foremost thing which I want to clear out. Mr. Owaisi does not belong to the India Alliance. Mr. Owaisi does not speak for the Congress party or its alliance partners. Mr. Owaisi does.
Mr.
Congress does
Hariprasad
not take Mr. Owaisi as the voice of the Muslims of India.
Mr. Yatindra Siddaramaiah?
No, let me answer. Let me go one at a time, please.
Yeah.
You've just given me 10 seconds. Can I finish?
Go on.
I've told you this the other day as well when you brought up this IUML thing. You know, the whole insinuation that the Congress party was going to boycott the event on the 22nd of January. Now that the sources are saying that Sonia Gandhi is going to be there in person, now all the insinuations have gone elsewhere. Because the BJP needs to catch on to clause. Like, seriously, Mr. BK Hariprasad interpretation of his quote can be various things, but he himself is saying it's not the Congress's stand, it's his personal stand. He's saying that he's worried about the safety of the Kar Sevaks going, or the supporters, or the other people who are going to Ayodhya. We heard the Prime Minister say this, that he doesn't want on the 22nd of January too many people to come to Ayodhya.
Personal stand has emerged again. Okay, what about the stand of Yatindra Siddaramaiah when he says that if India becomes a Hindu Rashtra, we will turn into Pakistan and Afghanistan?
Stop me from my flow. That's not fair.
Go on.
No, I'm answering all. Give me one at a time, right? It's a point which I'm trying to make here. We've seen what happened in the parliament. The parliament, which is supposed to be the most secure building in India, was taken by people who do not. They are being now labeled as terrorists. They have been charged under UPA. Their bail has been rejected, and we saw them enter the parliament with canisters. And by whom? There was a Karnataka MP who gave them the slip. After that, what did we see? The BJP trying to blame the opposition, that the opposition is responsible for these people. So in lieu of all this, if a Congress leader says that it's important to protect the people who are going to Ayodhya so that no untoward event is to occur, and you're telling me that this is disrespecting Ram. How is this disrespecting Ram?
All right, so we've again come back to this is about security. Concerns of Kar Sevak security. Never has the Congress been more Kar Sevak friendly than in the year 2024. Before you respond to that, Sriraj Nair.
Not just Kar Sevaks, any visitor.
Any visitor. By the way, let me just set a few historical points because everyone talks about 1989. And I've been hearing a lot of Congress people say that, oh, you know, the original Shilanyas was done by the Congress because that's how much they loved Lord Ram. Let's be very clear. It was done to short circuit VP Singh. It was done with political intentions. And if you really must know, let me read out to you what happened on the day of the Shilanyas, Rohan Mitra. When the Congress government was trying to get Shilanyas done inside in Ayodhya, Congress के वरिष्ठतम नेता पंडित कमलापति त्रिपाठी ने शिलान्यास का विरोध शुरू कर दिया. कमलापति त्रिपाठी started a protest in Ayodhya against the शिलान्यास. वो कांग्रेस के पूजा पाठी ब्राह्मण नेता थे. उन्होंने ऐलान किया कि अगर विश्व हिंदू परिषद मस्जिद की जगह मंदिर बनाने के लिए फावड़ा चलाती है तो पहला फावड़ा उनकी पीठ पर चलेगा. Kamlapati Tripathi of the Congress in 1989 said that before you get to the Babri Masjid, he didn't call it disputed structure. He said before you get to the Babri Masjid, you will have to pass over my body. This is a Congress leader and that is what he said verbatim. But anyway.
You want to bring up selectively 1980. No, Padmaja, let me answer this. 1989, you want to bring out what happened in 1989. Let me tell you, after the Godhra riots, can you see what Miss Preeti Irani spoke about the then Chief Minister and the present Prime Minister of India?
Sir, you are comparing apples and oranges. Right now, I am just rebutting your claim that the Congress has always been pro-Mandir. Mrs. Gandhi is going to attend the consecration and that the original Shilanyas was something that had the Congress cheering in the aisles. I am just quoting to you specific events. Anyhow, it's about the security, Sri Raj Nair. And it's a legitimate concern. Only your security. If you are traveling to Ayodhya, Roahan Mitra doesn't want to see you hurt.
See, first of all, we all know what happened in 1992. It is the Mulay, and before that also, it is Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav who stopped the Rath Yatra of Lal Krishna Advani and the entire today's India Alliance. They rejoiced. And what happened? Innocent car sevaks were gunned down mercilessly. Young boys of 18 years and 20 years. Today we are seeing their parents standing with a photo that our boys were there in the car seva. So what are they talking about? How many bomb blasts have taken place after 2024? What is the city? And before 2014, we all know Raghunath Mandir attack, Akshardham attack, Mumbai train blast, Mumbai Taj attack, Mumbai Trident attacks, Chandigarh attack, Meerut bombing, Meerut riots, so many riots in this country. And after 2014, there has been peace in this country. The country is prospering. And these people, because they cannot do anything, they have failed totally to convince the people of this nation, and they are losing elections after elections. Rather than mending the ways and learning from their past mistakes, they are committing the similar mistakes. Every person who's going to visit Ayodhya is going to be more than safe, I can tell you.
MC Abbas.
Okay. Mr. Sriraj and the Vishwa Hindu Parishad.
This is not a Congress Raj now.
No, sir,
this is Mr. Narendra Modi's government. Everybody's security is taken care of.
Respected sir, allow me to make my point. We heard you patiently. Let me bring to your notice, respected sir. I don't think you've read the Supreme Court verdict judgment, sir. In its observation, it mentioned that Babri Masjid demolition was a criminal act, and those car sevaks who are a part of this crime will be brought to the justice. So you are trying to paint them as holier than thou saints? No, sir. That was a criminal act, and we Muslims of India abide by the Supreme Court judgment and welcome the decision taken. And you too must condemn those car sevaks who were involved in the demolition of Babri Masjid, which according to the Supreme Court was indeed a criminal act. Do you condemn it or not? Or don't you think those car sevaks must be put in jail?
To the verdict of Supreme Court, according to your whims and fancies and your convenience, the Supreme Court delivered a judgment. We as citizens of this country who abide by the Constitution, have to respect it. That's it.
Answer my point, sir. Do you condemn those criminals who brought down the Babri Masjid? Answer.
See, today, why should we go in the past? Today, the nation is prospering. We are the fifth largest economy. The temple is going to come. The temple coming there is going to generate thousands and thousands of employment. Everything is positive. You people have a negative thought process, and nothing is going to happen. I really pity you.
This shows your duplicity and your hypocrisy.
Okay, duplicity and hypocrisy. Again, Guru Prakash, it circles back to the BJP that you don't want to address how you are standing in support of a man who is accused of violence in Karnataka, but the moment somebody speaks about it, then you accuse them of insulting the temple.
No, Padmaja, I think a lot of my friends from the other side, they're speaking on behalf of car sevaks. They're speaking fondly for the car sevaks, and it is definitely a matter of astonishment and a surprise because Mulayam Singh Yadav ji, who ordered institutional firing on car sevaks, which led to the death of car sevak, so they are still in alliance. So the India alliance comprises of Samajwadi Party and the Congress Party, from what we know from the last heard. Second point, in 1966, similar incident happened, Padmaja. I would like to remind you and your viewers, in 1966, against Gau Hatya, sadhus were protesting outside the parliament. सदन के बाहर संत समाज साधु लोग विरोध कर रहे थे गौ हत्या का. तब क्या हुआ था? इंदिरा गांधी, द देन प्राइम मिनिस्टर, ऑर्डर्ड फायरिंग ऑन दोज इनोसेंट साधुस. साधुओं पे आपने गोली चलवा दी थी और आज कार सेवकों के नाम पे ये मगरमच्छ के आंसू जो आप बहा रहे हैं, ये आपके दोहरे मापदंडों की पराकाष्ठा है. This is the heights of your dual standards. This is the heights of your hypocrisy. Congress party, which is structurally, the DNA of the Congress party is Hindu-hating DNA. The DNA of the Congress party is Sanatan Virodhi DNA. And Padmaja, as far as the question of Karnataka is concerned, it took them 31 years. आपको 30 साल से ज्यादा का वक्त लग गया, especially on a month where the Ram temple consecration is happening, just to correct the atmosphere. Just to influence the atmosphere in
okay, both Rohan Mitra and MC Abbas want to respond to you.
अभी आप कार सेवकों के बचाव में बयान दे रहे हैं और एक कार सेवक की विरोध में जा रहे हो.
Okay, 30 seconds, MC Abbas, then you, Rohan Mitra.
Yes, a quick response to my friend Guru, of the BJP. Respected sir, you said that Congress is Hindu-hating. Let me tell you, the sweeping mandate of the Karnataka elections, where Shrikant Pujari is from, BK Hariprasad is from Karnataka, sir. And if Congress was Hindu-hating, are you challenging the intellectual ability and the judgment ability of the voters of Karnataka? Respected sir, Vokkaliga, Lingayats, Kuruba, everybody together who are Hindus voted for the Congress party. So according to BJP, Congress does not become Hindu-loving or Hindu-hating. The great respectful religion of Hindu and Hinduism will decide, and they decided for the Congress party to come into Karnataka. And secondly, sir, आप बताइए, आपकी बीजेपी को कोई काम नहीं है क्या? आप एक क्रिमिनल को सपोर्ट कर रहे हो? 16 केसेस है उस पर, कुछ काम धंधा नहीं है, स्टेट वाइड प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं. क्या बात है भाई? क्रिमिनल.
Guru Prakash, then Rohan Mitra. Guru Prakash, 30 seconds, Rohan Mitra then.
No, Padmaja, we all very well remember the episode of Colonel Purohit. We all very well remember the episode of Sadhvi Pragya. We all very well remember the manufactured lie of saffron terrorism. And today it surprises me. जो लोग सैफरन टेररिज्म को, जो जनक है सैफरन टेररिज्म के, भगवा आतंकवाद, हमें भगवा में राम दिखता है, उनको भगवा में आतंकवाद दिखता है. हमें हिंदुओं में राम दिखते हैं, उन्हें हिंदुओं में आतंकवाद दिखता है. और आज ये हिंदुओं की बात कर रहे हैं, हिंदुओं के हितैषी हो रहे हैं. आज से बड़ा सौभाग्य का दिन मेरे जीवन में और कोई नहीं होगा. I am very fortunate and privileged that Mr. MC Abbas is saying that Congress is not Hindu-hating political party. My friends from the Congress party are speaking in the interest of security of our car sevak. This has to be the best day of my life, Padmaja. जब कांग्रेस के लोग भी हिंदू विरोध नहीं, हिंदू समर्थन कर रहे हैं. और जहां तक कर्नाटक की बात है, कर्नाटक में after 31 years, and the same Karnataka, you gave a free pass to SDPI and PFI, sir. SDPI कुछ भी करे, आप करने को स्वतंत्र हो. PFI कुछ भी करो, आप करने को स्वतंत्र हो.
But 30 other people have also been arrested after 30 years.
हो रहा है, उस महीने में आप आक्रमण कर.
But the Chief Minister has said that there are 30 other people have also been arrested in Karnataka and they are accused of other crimes. Crimes not related to Ram Temple or 1992.
Absolutely, Padmaja. This comes in the court's order. Hubli Dharwad Police Commissioner Renuka Ji did mention that 36 people have been arrested. Shrikant Pujari is only the 32nd person with 16 cases against him, including the Babri Masjid demolition. But I love the way how Guru hops from a Shrikant Pujari alleged criminal to a Sadhvi Pragya alleged terrorist. Very interesting, sir. Very interesting. And you also mentioned about SDPI and PFI. Respected sir, when SDPI is banned, PFI is banned. Why did your party allow them to even contest election in Karnataka? Because you very well know they eat into the Congress vote bank.
Okay, I think Rohan Mitra needs this time. Rohan Mitra needs this time. He's been waiting. Yes.
Padmaja, just wanted to remind my friend, the BJP spokesperson that, this is the same, he keeps telling me and the panelists who come from the other side of the India alliance that we are talking about a Hindu faith. I'm sorry, we don't need his certificate to talk about Hindu faith, how Hinduism is great or not great. We don't need his any certificate from him. First of all, I did not say Ram's just a card saver. I said each and every individual, be it the foreigners, be it even Muslim people, be it anybody who goes to Ayodhya needs to be protected, because it has come on record, the Prime Minister has spoken on record that please avoid going to Ayodhya on the 22nd. Other point which I wanted to make to him was the RSS called Srimati Indira Gandhi ji Ma Durga. So please tell him to keep his Hinduism to himself. Nobody needs a lecture on Hinduism. Nobody needs anything from him. The Congress party, see, the first and foremost, Padmaja, I've come on your debate and I've told you, the IUML, the OACs, ban them if you want. But if they are Indians and if they have the freedom to speak, then it does not depend that the Congress is going to take up each and every word they speak as the word the Congress needs to follow.
Then we must ignore
So
Yatindra Siddaramaiah. Also an interesting reaction coming in from the BJP in Karnataka, where actually the BJP MLA has responded saying that is this an insidious message that Yatris could be attacked, and who is orchestrating such an attack if it should happen? Let's listen in to what that reaction is.
ಇಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಜನರ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ರೀತಿಯ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಇವರೇನಾದರೂ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಿಂದ ಹೋಗುವಂಥ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ರೀಸನ್ ಅದಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಎರಡನೇದು, ಇವರು ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿ ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಷಡ್ಯಂತ್ರ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಸಹ ಅಲ್ಲಗಳೆಯಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಹೋಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಮತ್ತು ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳ ಹತ್ರ ಇವರ ಹೇಳಿಕೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತನಿಖೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಇವರು ಹೇಳಿಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಲೈಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ತನಿಖೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು.
Very, very interesting messaging now from Hindu lover to Hindu hater. How did that change happen? But for anyone who's in any doubt, just about people saying that this is about Hindu supremacy, we are going to turn into a Hindu Rashtra, that this is going to suffer the same fate as Afghanistan and Pakistan, whose origin was in the idea of theology. Let me remind you that you must have heard very frequently that in 1989, when the Shilanyas was done of the Ram Mandir, it was done by a Harijan who is from Bihar, Kameshwar Chaupal. But what you do not know perhaps is that the first Shila that was put inside for the Shilanyas, it came from Bangladesh. Do you know that when the Shilanyas was done, at that time, there was the Gurbani, there was the Ardas that was recited. It wasn't just about Hindu rituals. And that really is what can call out the bogey of this so-called Hindu Rashtra that we are told about. Thanks, gentlemen, for joining me.